In this, we are going to study about architecture is a set of software structures. What is this set of software structures? Already we have studied structure is a set of elements which is going to be combined together by a relation. Yes. Okay. The same way, when we are going to design a software, all the softwares are not going to be same. Each one will be different. So according to that, the structure could have been different. So based on that, it is not going to have a single structure. It is going to have three different categories of the structures. What are the three categories of the structures? The first one is the module structure. Second one is the component and connector structures. And the third one is the allocation structure. Okay, so the architecture is a set of software structures. Girls, we have seen that architecture is a set of structures. Okay, so we studied that three categories of the architectural structures. Do you remember what are they? Yes, module structure, component and connector structure, allocation structure. So first we are going to study about this module structures. What is this module? Okay, when you are doing the project and all, we will be dividing the particular project into modules. So what is a module? A whole work is going to be divided into sub works. It is called as module. For example, we have take a class. So if I want to monitor the whole class, there are 60 students in the class. I can't able to see all the activities of the students, and I can't able to monitor. Means what can I do? I can appoint a leader and I can ask them to monitor 4 or 5 students. Like this, I can appoint some 12 leaders. So the 60 students can be monitored easily through those 12 leaders. Those 12 leaders can report to me, then I can able to identify all your activities easily. Okay, the same way, the system is going to be divided into subsystems called as modules. Okay, so for each module there is some kind of work. Understood? So there will be some kind of computational responsibilities on the basis of the assignments. So for each module there will be the programmers. That particular team will do that particular work. Okay, so if it is a very big project, it again the module has to be divided into sub modules which can be assigned with sub teams which will have some kind of sub works. Understood? In this slide, we are going to see some more detailed information about module structures. Module structures represent how the system is going to be structured, and it is going to have set of units, no? How it is going to be constructed. Okay, and it includes what are the classes and how it is going to be related with other classes and how it is going to be implemented. Okay, in the third point, it is telling about each and every unit will be assigned with some functional responsibility. Okay, it is not going to be based on the structure. It is going to be the structure is going to be based on the functional responsibility. Understood? So based on the module structures, we can answer these kinds of questions. Okay, so here this module structure is going to tell what is the primary functional responsibility is assigned to each module. Okay, the second one is what the other software elements is a module allowed to use. Okay, how the module is going to be used by other software elements. Okay, next question is what the other does it actually use and depend on. Okay, so whether this software is going to be depend on any other softwares or something that is going to be explained in this module structure. And the last one is we have studied that each and everything is going to be divided into units. So once it has been divided, it has to be combined. Okay, so the combination combining the units has to be done. Okay, so when we are doing this, whether it is going to be based on the generalization or specialization, that relationship we have to mention. Okay, this is known as for these kinds of questions, the module structure will allow the answers. Okay, we are studying about module structures, right? So in this, how the module is going to be done? by dividing the whole structure into a substructures, means whole functional units into subunits. So it is going to be decomposition process. So that is known as decomposition structure. So module as a decomposition structure. So in the first point, we are telling that it is related to a sub-module of a is-a relation. Is-a relation is nothing but already we have studied whether it is a generalization or a specialization relation, right? The second point is telling about how it is going to be decomposed into smaller modules, whether it is going to be done till a small enough unit has come or till which it has to do this decomposition process. For example, if there are 60 students in the class, we are dividing into 12 groups, means each group will get 5 students. Okay, whether it is going to be finished with this division or again it is going to be subdivided into 2 or 3 groups, a particular group. For example, 5 students in the group is going to be again divided into 2, 2 and 1, means it is going to be a subdivision. So how long it has to be done, the decomposition should be done till which level, okay, that is going to be explained in this decomposition structure. Okay, and it have the specifications. Okay, what are the codes and what kind of test plans has to be implemented. Next point is telling about this, how the systems have to be combined, whether it is in the large degree or it is in the with a less amount of modifications, like that it has to tell about the changes and how it is going to be combined. Okay, and the fifth point is telling about the structure is used as the basis for the development projects organization, okay, for the documentation and also for the integration and for all the test plans. This decomposition structure is very, very important. Okay, and this decomposition structure is going to have a name, whether it can be according to the organization, it can be named as segment or it be called as the subsystem. Clear about this decomposition structure? Next one is the module as user structure. What is this module as user structure? So again, we have studied that the whole module is going to be divided into subunits. So that unit will also called as the module. Sometimes it could have been called as the classes. Okay, it has to be related by using any kind of relation, okay, based on the specialization or generalization, which is going to tell about the dependency of the relation. And the unit of the software uses another if the correctness of the first requires presence of a correctly functioning version of the second. For example, if it is going to be depending on the other unit, the first unit should work properly, then only the sub unit can work. Okay, that is the third point. Fourth point is telling about if it is going to be extended, okay, we can add the functionality, means how useful functional subsets can be extracted. Okay, and the fifth point is telling about it is having the ability of creating the subsets and it can allow the users to increment the development of the system. Okay, the last structure is the layer structure. What is this layer structure will be? The modules in the structure are called layers. Each and every module in the structure will be called as the layer. So it is an abstract or a virtual machine which is going to provide a cohesive set of services through a managed interface. Okay, by using the interface only, everything is going to be combined together. So the layers allowed the users to strictly manage the fashion. Okay, manage the fashion is nothing but if it is going to use the generalization or specialization relationship, the same thing has to be allowed. Okay, this structure immunes a system which is with portability, the ability to change the underlying computing platform. Okay, if you want to move with other platforms, so something can be done easily by using this layer structure. Clear, girls? So till now we have studied the module structure. The module structure again can be used as a decomposition structure, user structure, or a layer structure. Okay, with this we will finish the class today. The remaining component connector structure and the allocation structure we will study in the next class.